RJTI charts versus SP 500 MSFT. The laws of physics and mathematics are to work through rationalizations. It's just a matter of time. And such time could be year 2026 or sometime afterward. But it is inevitable that for all the bullish sentiment that has been built since April 2025, and even that bogus continuation pattern from year 2023 trade levels are subject to be revisited. Yes, time takes care of everything, or let us put it in the manner we like saying things. The laws of physics and mathematics are the superiority of all things, and absolutely nothing under its makeup can avoid its call for such to conform. So for all of this rah-rah rallying 2023 to 2025 and some in 2026, time is to take care of the downside. Think about this. There used to be a time when fund money managers accepted the bad news as a means to sell. But since 2023, everything that should have had a negative effect on the markets were twisted into a positive, either by very good rationalizations put forth or simply ignoring purposely the underpinned factors that should have caused the markets to retreat more than they have. For example, in 2023, 2024, the story was that the FOMC was going to lower interest rates, and this is why you should buy. So you have 2 years of a pressing higher stock market, but the FOMC only lowered interest rates in year 2025. The utilization of switching and baiting between NVDA or AAPL to justify why the markets are moving up, or some FOMC member coming in to save the day with unexpected comments that were totally focused to stop the markets from taking a further nosedive, or the enormous projections from fund money managers as they used AI developments to justify why the markets were to continue to climb higher or continue to climb. So, in other words, fund money managers have used by any means necessary to summarize good as good, which is fair, and yet bad as good is also tremendously positive for the markets too. Greed takes on the form of its on. The SP 500, DJ30, NASDAQ, we had to wait 2 years for the FOMC to cut interest rates, yet rallied on the anticipated rate cuts, and it came in year 2025. A total of 3 rate cuts equaling 0.75 percentage points, which was by far lowered than the 4 to 8 rate cuts FOMC said they were going to do. And yet the markets rallied off of such in year 2023 and 2024. So there's a lot of inflated value built in the markets from years 223,000, 200, and 24. And the fund money manager act as if it's valid. Let's make something clear. And it is, I'm sounding like the boy that is crying wolf. But here's our truth. And it was said such about us in years 207, the beginning of 218,000, 209,000, 202.1, late 2024. We call for a bear trend to happen. We call for a bear market to unfold. But what ended up happening is that we watched fund money managers scurry to deal with those declines that unfolded as we signaled would come. And they were 3 to 6 month signals before each decline. We have the receipts. So we will gladly hear others echo, we're crying wolf. But the power of our algorithms, which gives us insight, and here is some of our evidence that speaks for itself, especially if you Google AI search this question: did any major investment firm forecast gold $3,000, silver $75, platinum $3,000, beginning with a forecast in year 2016 to 2018, Or did any major investment firm forecast in 2019 3 to 9 months? Before that, a black swan event would hit in year 2020. Pandemic and a 10,000 point drop would occur for the DJ30. RJTICHARTS.com did. And in year 2021, we saw just like two others, Mike Wilson, Harry Dent, the coming bear market for 2022. We called NFLX to drop $500 per share during the time it was rising in year 2024. SX90 Energy Index we said would explode. It has, and it is. Our AAPL warning in 2024 to sell at $257 a share with a downside target of $170. And it hit it. PLTR, Tesla. And then there's Gartner, IT, which we warned 2 to 3 years ago, and IT stock price has dropped. Yes, Gartner stock price has dropped 60% since our warning and our sell signals were generated in the month of November of 2024 when Gartner's capitalization was at 42B, and its current capitalization is somewhere around 16B as of the 31st of January 2026. This information is on YouTube. Bottom line, you can call us Boy Crying Wolf at your leisure. Yet the laws of physics and mathematics will have a day of reckoning, which simply means a stock market lower at some point. Before we show you our SP500 chart that has some of our targets displayed on it, let us plug in MSFT, the 23rd of June, 2025. But what is a surprise on all levels is the smart guys who run companies like Bill Gates with vigorous pursuits to increase AI. And yet they have surrendered to the idea that their stock is immune from a decline too. It is amazing that MSFT, Dell, PLTR, NVDA, Meta, IT, ran by some of the smartest people in the world, don't see that a 30% decline is to hit their stock value too. The 31st of January, 2026. So we can see from our algorithms, Microsoft, then why wouldn't we tell our story going forward for the SP500? It is easy to see the trees that make up the forest, and it's even easier to see the forest that's made up of trees, but it is not so easy to see behind the forest. Get your Ramo today. RJTICharts.com, driven by infinite wisdom and its proprietary trading systems.